Hello and welcome to Norwood Digest, Norwood Community Media's news magazine show. I'm Jack McCarthy, and today I'm joined by a Hall of Famer. That's right, a Hall of Famer. I'm joined by Steve Conant. You may know him as the conductor, director, chief cook and bottle washer for the Norwood Mustang Marching Band, among other things. So yeah, let's do that. What else besides the marching band that everybody sees?
So I guess the self-imposed title I gave myself was instrumental music director.
There you go.
So the concert band, the orchestra, the jazz ensemble, the marching band, and any other small groups that we put together as we need throughout the year.
Wow. And so you were recently honored by MICCA, and tell us what MICCA stands for first.
So MICCA is the Massachusetts Instrumental and Choral Conductors Association. It is a group that's been around since the late 70s, early 80s, and they run multiple state festivals for concert and choral, for marching band, and for solo and ensemble throughout the school year, each and every year.
And you were recently inducted into their Hall of Fame.
Yeah, MICCA's Hall of Fame is known as the Paul Smith Award, and it goes to an outstanding conductor in the state of Massachusetts. And I was really shocked when I was informed. I am a board member for MICCA, but that doesn't mean that you get to go into the Hall of Fame just because you're a board member. You, I guess, need to go far above and beyond. And I was recognized for that this year.
So does just one person get in a year?
One person per year.
And so how many are in? How long have they been doing it?
I've been doing it, I think, since 1988.
Okay. So it's a small group.
It is a small group, very, very prestigious. A lot of folks on there I either know very well and personally and have admired throughout my career as a music educator, or they're former colleagues that I've worked with here, including Mrs. Connor Moen and Paul Alberta, of course.
Yeah. So anyone else have three? I didn't look at the whole roster.
I do.
Let's just say no. But that's. And you're recognized by your colleagues. That's probably the most important part of it for you.
And I think as I talk to other Hall of Famers that have congratulated me throughout the year, is to be recognized by your peers, and by your peers in such a tight-knit group as music education. It's really special.
Yeah. So I guess we started this and then I transitioned off of it. So besides the Mustang Marching Band, what else do you do here? What groups?
Yeah, so I've been the concert band director here as well as the orchestra. Sometimes that's just a string orchestra. And for the last, I'd say, 10 years, we've always tried to do at least one symphonic orchestra piece per year. And then, of course, the jazz ensemble here, which is almost as big as the marching band piece from a time and commitment, and because the season's so much longer.
Right.
Yeah, it's some groups I'm really, really proud of that have done really quite well this year, as we're still rebuilding from pandemic times.
Yeah,
so
I noticed that at the the Memorial Day parade, and so we're starting to build up again.
Slowly.
Yeah.
And it gets harder and harder. We're actively recruiting for marching band now. And it's due to the commitments of what we feel as a staff we need to do for time to get to a level of excellence that all students want to be part of. You have to rehearse X amount of time to get to that result, and we really haven't found a way to really cut that rehearsal time back to really still end up with the same results in the same place.
And the music program in this town has been successful since before my kids were here.
Sure.
And continues today. I mean, when I was working, I would go all over the state. I knew a lot of schools, and I don't think anybody compared to us, quite frankly.
Right.
And it's that's a testament to you, to Catherine, and all the folks that went before you.
Thank you.
And I'm an old bandy myself. I was a trumpet and baritone player back in the day. Holy Name Marching Band in West Roxbury, which is no longer in existence.
Right.
But so I always appreciated the music aspect of it, and people don't understand, or maybe they do, but these kids work harder than the football team. All the other teams are just as hard. I shouldn't say that work harder, but they put in the work.
Yeah, I always, not to compare what we do to athletics, but it's a very different type of athletic approach, because we don't stop for somewhere between 6 and 8 minutes. It's you're moving constantly, you're playing constantly. The cardiovascular workout is ridiculous. Having done it at myself at the high school level, which is very different than what these kids do now. What we ask of them is so much more. And then at the drum corps level too, when I did alumni drum and bugle corps, it's a really good workout.
Yeah, it sure is. And the discipline is really above and beyond.
For sure.
I lost track because I was going to go in a place and now I can't remember. So how long have you been in Norwood now?
This year wraps up my 21st year.
Wow.
In Norwood.
How many more you got? No, I don't want to.
Well, it's calling. I'm not ready yet, but it's out there on the horizon.
Jump in, the water's fine. No.
That's what they tell me.
But I know where I was going with this. How's the numbers in the elementary school and middle school?
They're coming around.
Yeah.
And that's always the challenge, is to keep them playing from building to building. That transition from 5th grade to 6th grade, and then from 8th grade to 9th grade. There are so many offerings we have here at Norwood High School. They're only allowed one elective. So they have to make some really hard decisions, and sometimes I'm not that decision, or chorus is not that decision, or orchestra is not that decision, or fine art of dramatic art or a fine art. It's tough. It's really tricky. So the numbers are starting. I think my last look at the roster, the numbers for concert band during the day are coming up, and it's going to take some time.
Well, good luck getting the numbers back up.
Thank you. Try to work at it every day.
And congratulations on
Thank
this
you so
honor.
much.
I mean, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I'm still quite humbled by the whole thing.
All right.
So,
well, thanks for being with us.
Hey, thank you.
Congratulations once again.
Thanks again.
And now we'll take you up to the Coakley Middle School to see how the band room is being developed up there. No, we're going to do a construction update. We'll include a band room. It's time again to do our Coakley Middle School construction update. Joining me, as always, is Bethany King from W.T. Rich, the senior project manager. We picked a real hot day to do this.
Yeah, we did.
So just, from walking around, so much has been done.
Yeah, we're still moving.
So let's tell them what's been going on.
So yeah, from an exterior perspective, I think this is the side of the building a lot of the town can see from the fields here. You can see the brick is actively going in with the windows as well. So this north side of the building, we're wrapping that up. On the south side of the building, we're also wrapping that up with what's called curtain wall. So we're enclosing some of those larger openings. And pretty soon, this area that's shown in blue here, you'll start seeing some exterior finish boards going over that. So it'll start looking finished from an exterior perspective.
And I like the way they broke it up. It's just not all brick. They got the wainscoting, if it was inside, right?
Yep, split face CMU, that is called, yep.
Yeah, and if you've been in the high school, you see a lot of that inside the high school. I forget if it's on the outside. I just don't remember. But it will last forever, and it's and it's not cheap, but it's inexpensive compared to a lot of things you could do. But we got, as you say, we have some windows. Yep. I noticed, Bethany, there's string coming down here, and then there's these contraptions up here.
Yep.
So what are they for?
Those are metal relieving angles. So anywhere where you see the string in those metal angles, your brick is actually going to continue all the way up the building. So those metal angles are to support the brick, and that'll be an architectural feature. So you'll see that the mason will come in and hit those piers later.
And what's the exterior going to look like that's not brick?
It's all either a combination of metal wall panels and hardy board, which is just like a hard, solid board.
Okay. And well, we'll talk to Luke about when that's all going to happen.
Sure.
A lot of stuff going on inside too.
Yeah, inside. So as always, we're going CBA. So the zone C, we're actively doing finishes. We have the painter in there, tiles going in. We're going to start flooring and millwork in the upcoming. Zone A, we're doing some framing of the walls and starting to rough in of A. So again, we're moving our way out that way.
It is truly amazing how much you've gotten done. And I mean, we usually do this later in the day, but there is a lot of activity going on.
Yeah, there is. We're definitely in the middle of the day here. It's been good. There's a lot to see here. We were actually able to last week tour the building committee through the building, which was great as part of their meeting. So they were all able to see it. We've also toured a couple of groups of teachers through the building as well, showing them they can actually see the shape of their classrooms now and see things starting to fit out there. The other thing we've been doing out here, just with the end of school wrapping up this year, or this week, I should say, our team's gone in over to the middle school and done some lessons. We've done lessons with the 6th graders, the 7th graders, and we did more of a presentation to the 8th grade STEM program about different roles you can do in construction. So that's been fun to get over in the school and connect with the students.
Yeah, were they asking interesting questions? Anybody stump you?
They did. I think we got a question from a 6th grader about sustainability.
Yeah, wow.
But yeah, the 6th grade classes, we did erosion control, a lesson on that. And the 7th grade, we did a Lego activity with them. So it's been fun to get in there and work with the students, especially with them being so close.
Yeah, and it kind of helps them become part of it.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like we could answer some questions about what they're seeing through their windows, right?
Yeah.
And it gives it more of a real life feel for us too, right? We do construction every day. We don't get to talk to the students, so it's fun.
So when we were walking around out here, you mentioned the curtain wall. That big area of windows
Yeah.
for the lay people.
Yeah.
Is that the media center?
Yeah, that's going to be the media center. You have a lot of curtain wall on that whole site. You got some in the gym as well. So the student commons area is another area. They have got those big windows.
It's going to look awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to be back. Is there anything else? Did I miss anything?
Well, I think that's it.
Okay, we'll be back with Luke to tell us what's up next.
Summerfest and Concerts on the Common are making their return this July for their 30th season. Summerfest concerts will be held every Wednesday evening at the Common, and Concerts on the Common will be every Sunday evening, both from 6:30 to 8:30. Enjoy quality time with family and friends while listening to quality music.
As promised, we're back with Luke Arpone from Vertex. They're the owner's project manager. I didn't say that W.T. Rich was the construction company, but we all know that by now, I hope. So, Luke, what can we look forward to? Well, let's just talk about this for a second. School's out.
Sure, yep.
So one of the obstacles, for lack of a better word, is having students around and the building being active. Mm-hmm. What does this allow you to do?
Sure, so yeah, it's a busy summer coming up for W.T. Rich. They are going to be extending the construction fence that we have currently now to basically the limits of Washington Street on both sides of the existing building. We'll basically be taking the north and south parking lots into the construction site for the summer. This is going to allow W.T. Rich and their subcontractors to install the utilities that are currently in Washington Street, extend those into the site and connect the building's drain and water lines to the active utilities in the street. While the school is inactive, we can take over those 2 parking lots, complete the work, install the new parking lots, and return them to the town for September.
That's a pretty aggressive schedule.
Yeah, it's going to be a push. It's going to be a push, but we'll get there.
So what else is going on? We talked about some of the interior stuff. What else is going to go on inside?
Sure. As Bethany mentioned, tile. The newest trade on site is a tile subcontractor. They've started to install some wall tile. The mechanical equipment, the large rooftop equipment, is scheduled to arrive early in July. The flooring subcontractor will fall right behind them sometime late July, early August, and casework right around that same time in August. As Bethany mentioned, the facade, we're going to continue there. The AVB, the blue skin we can see behind us, that'll be done sometime late July, early August, and then following right behind that will be the curtain wall and the storefront windows to be complete again end of summer. And the panels, the hardy panels and the solid panels that Bethany mentioned for the rest of the facade will start late summer and continue into the fall.
When do you think you'll have the whole place buttoned up?
Late fall, early winter.
Okay, and what do we do? Where's Brian? I should ask Brian. He's not here today. When's it going to be done again?
About a year from now, we'll be
Yeah.
turning the school over and beginning to move in furniture and get ready for school in September 2026. 25, sorry.
We were.
Getting ahead of us.
Yeah.
A year ahead of us.
You slipped.
Yeah, it
Your
is.
schedule slipped.
No, it didn't. Schedule 2025.
All right. Well, anything else?
That's it.
All right. Thanks, Luke. Thanks to
Okay.
Bethany, and we'll be right back with more Digest. Okay.
Yep, we're ready.
Cut. Cut again.
Hey, welcome.
The farmers market for 2024 is now open. Thank you. And
So we're down at the farmers market. We're with Peter McFarland and Tim McCabe. Tell us your roles here first.
oh, I'm the person who organizes it. Member both of the Friends of Norwood Center and the Norwood Sustainability Commission. When we did our Sustainability Action Plan back in 2021, it was one thing about getting the farmers market up and running again, because to help get people to eat healthy, to buy locally, and also to help build community back up. This is right after COVID, so that's been the purpose, and that's the mission of the farmers market right now. As far as it goes, plenty support. Tim here is from Ponce River Regional Chamber of Commerce, or Chamber now. It's just Chamber, not Chamber of Commerce anymore.
With our good friend Tom.
Yeah, Tom had to be on a road trip today. We won't get into where, but he's off doing an exciting venture with his daughters. So as far as
All right, so Tim, tell us a little about yourself and what
Yeah,
you're
so
doing.
I'm here representing the Neponset River Regional Chamber. I'm the chairman of the board there. I'm just here to bring. It's a great opportunity to see the community come together, and we're here to support.
Great. So Tim or Peter, I don't care who answers this. If I come, I'm here, but what am I going to see as I go through?
Well, this year we've expanded the selection as far as it. We have on average about 30 vendors this year, up from about 20 last year. We've had, 5 farms. We have 4 produce farms. A new addition is the Norfolk Agricultural School. The students are down here selling what they produce, what they grow. We also have a pumpkin farm that does pasteurized raised meats. So you can get meat that's freshly butchered from and grown on a farm.
We also have a farmer from the sea.
Yes, we have Jordan Seafood, which is a different type of farm, a little less wet, a little more wet than the regulars. But also, we've got Allie's Cookies out of Foxborough. They're a new vendor for us. And plus we have the others. We have Oakdale Farm, Riverdale Farm, Barbosa Family Farm. They were here in Medway Community Farm. They were all from the same vendors last year. So we have plenty of produce and fruits. And all our, those 4 farms all take SNAP. So if you have a SNAP EBT, you can do that, and then take advantage of the state's HIP program too.
Yeah, and most of the people I notice take Venmo too as well down here.
Right. Yeah.
So if you have cash, you can use cash. If you have Venmo, you can use Venmo. At least for most.
I think there's a couple that, this year right now, this year we don't. We used to have the bread vendor used for some reason just deal with cash.
Yeah.
It's a low.
Sure. Okay. Well, listen, I can't wait to go see what's here. Thanks for.
Did you use your cookbook from last year?
I did.
Yeah,
I did. But so thanks.
Thank you.
Great to meet you, Tim. Always a pleasure, Peter. And now we're here with Layla from Norfolk Aggie. So tell us, Layla, tell us about this stand.
So all of the plants and stuff here were grown by students, either in the abundance garden or in our greenhouses, by either by freshmen or plant majors. So I actually probably helped plant some of this as a freshman.
And so what made you decide to do this?
So I've always, even though I'm going to be an animal science major, I've always enjoyed planting and gardening, and it's the volunteer hours, and I definitely wanted to help out my school as much as I could.
Okay, and what year are you?
I'm going to be a rising sophomore.
Okay, and so tell me about animal science.
So we have a bunch of different animal programs. I'm hoping to eventually go into veterinary medicine or canines.
Cool. And you have horses there, right?
Yes.
Do you still have the llama?
Yes.
The llama, I have a great picture of me with the llama from 5 or 6 years ago. And so tell us a little bit of what we have here.
We have a bunch of different kinds of peppers. I think this is time. We have rosemary. We have little floral arrangements, garlic, fresh herbs.
Lots of herbs.
Lots of herbs.
And this, what is this called? It's a garlic scape. And honest to God, the first time in my life, last night I had these. and they're delicious. You just grill them. I forget what my wife put on them, a little oil, salt and pepper. You grill them, turn them, keep turning them though, that's the important thing. And they're delicious, they're really good. And we also have some
Oh yes, the maple syrup.
Norfolk Aggie homemade maple syrup. I'm glad you said it because I would have said it was honey. And it's worth it just for the little jug there. That's pretty cool.
It's good syrup too. I've had some of it.
And some beautiful flowers, orange, paprika, all sorts of stuff. And is this a school project? How's this?
The school rerun the abundance garden that students help work at. So I'm also working at the garden over the summer as well.
Okay, I got it. Well, thank you for being with us.
No.
And we'll see what else we have here. We are now joined by the sweetest person, well, at least her things are the sweetest, Allie. So Allie, tell us what we have here.
Okay, so we have some of our core collection items that we have in the store and at farmers markets every week, and then we have some specials. They're all about 1/3 of a pound. I make them all, and we have a mix of the chocolate varieties. Triple chocolate sea salt is our original. It's 3 types of Ghirardelli chocolate and sea salt, and then our white chip sprinkle, and we range all the way down to the kitchen sink, the lemon glazed, a raspberry pillow, some oatmeal raisin, and then a few other fun flavors in between.
I love the names, the raspberry pillow, and what's in the kitchen sink? I'm guessing it's everything.
It's everything. It's mini M&Ms, chocolate chips, caramel bits, and potato chip.
Wow. That is the kitchen sink.
It is the kitchen sink.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. How'd you get into this line of work?
I have loved baking since I was a kid, and during the pandemic I started making these cookies after receiving some gourmet cookies as a gift, and I brought them to places because we weren't seeing people, and slowly my friends asked me to start making them and selling them. So we started at farmers markets, and now we have a store on Mechanic Street in Foxborough.
And how long have you been doing this, just since the pandemic?
I have been in business about a year,
Oh, wow.
and I've been making these for 3 or 4 years, but have been baking since I was about probably 7.
Well, everything looks delicious, and I'm going to have to partake of some of them later. So,
Recommend the lemon.
okay. And what's your biggest seller?
My biggest seller is the triple chocolate sea salt, but I would say the lemon glazed and the raspberry pillow are the most sought after.
Got it. All right, let's see what else is here. I'm joined by Todd from Medway Community Farm. So tell us what you got, and I'll get out of the way so you can.
I'm Todd from Medway Community Farm. I'm the farm manager. This is our second season here at the market. This time of the year, we start off with a lot of root products and radishes, turnips, as well as some seedlings for those last-minute gardeners that haven't quite gotten their stuff in the garden yet. As the season progresses, our crop line also becomes more and more robust. We will have squash in a couple weeks. We'll have greenhouse tomatoes coming in. Everything that we grow at the farm is organic, even though we're not certified organic. And you won't find things that are not in season available at our stand. Everything is directly from our farm or a farm that is within 10 minutes of us.
Okay, so it looks like you have potatoes, onions, 2 kinds, scallions. What's the next one?
We have red onions, we have yellow onions, which are storage onions, and then we have shallots. We have white turnips. We have some bok choy. We have dill today. Every week we'll try to have a different herb. We have some rhubarb. For those that are picking up their strawberries somewhere else, we have the rhubarb to go with your pie. And then we also have 2 hot sauces that are made with our hot peppers from last year. We have one that actually has peach reaper in it, and so it's really, really hot. And we have another one which is a harvest blend. It's got just as much flavor and heat as you would expect.
All right, well, great. And you have honey as well.
And we also have honey, yep. So we have hives on our property, and we work with our beekeeper to get the honey.
All right, well, come on down, check them out. So we're here with Global Smile Foundation. It's a group that I was unfamiliar with, but we're here with.
I'm Casey. I'm Bridget.
So tell us about the foundation.
Yeah, so we're Norwood based. We do outreach programs though. So we're only here really in the summer. And we go to Ecuador, we go to Peru, we go to El Salvador, and we go to Beirut. And our purpose there is to provide comprehensive cleft care. So we do cleft, lip, and palate surgeries.
Now that
And
you're
so-
saying this, I think I've seen commercials for this on TV.
So, possibly,
Yeah.
but we're not on TV yet. We are super community oriented, so we're focused on maintaining relationships, right, within the communities that we're working with. So, we're not doing, the big marketing and all of that, but those are also, we partner with them. That's Operation Smile and
Okay.
Smile Train. They're awesome. But they do outreach programs in other places. Our focus, right, are those 4 countries. And so in doing so, we're providing an opportunity for all of the people who were born with the birth defect, and allowing for them to live a life with the full smile, right? Versus just that impacted lip that we see from an outside perspective.
That's fantastic. If I wanted to get involved, or better yet, donate, how would I do that?
Absolutely. So all donations, we have social media presence. We are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on LinkedIn, not on TikTok yet, but you can go to our website. It's gsmile.org as well to donate. And our social media, Global Smile Foundation. You can find us by just searching. And we have more info
So
on our website.
what's your background?
My personal background? Good question. I recently got in, so I started working for Global Smile Foundation in February, actually. Before that, I lived in Denver and was in college and all of that stuff. But my whole reason of working with Global Smile Foundation is to have the opportunity to stay in healthcare, but to do more for the world. I'm the development associate, so I'm in charge of planning the gala. I'm in charge of organizing fundraising events, doing grant research, all of that fun stuff, and just understanding how to get Global Smile Foundation out so that more people know about us, so that we're able to continue to do the awesome work that we do.
Great. Now, what does Bridget do?
So I'm still in school right now. I haven't really done an internship before, but I was drawn to Global Smile Foundation because I wanted something that would be a little bit more hands-on, something that you can get involved with, not just like filing Excel sheets every day. So
Where do you go to school?
I'm at Bentley University.
Bentley?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, so tell me about this gala.
The gala is November 9th, exactly. It's super exciting. November 9th at the Boston Marriott, Newton. We're gonna have a bunch of stuff there. We're gonna have fun entertainment. We're gonna have delicious drinks, a specialty drink, TBD for that one. And just a night full of helping provide more opportunities to the people that we help.
Okay, well, great. Thank you for giving us a little tutorial on what you guys do. All right, let's see who else is here. So we are now with Windy Village. I don't know what Windy Village means, so please tell us.
Actually, Windy Village means, Wendorf is our last name. It means Windy Village in German. So that's where we got the name. But we are a wellness company. We make CBD products. We grow hemp on our farm in Sherburne, and we make products there. And our products target wellness. So pain relief, sleep, anxiety, focus. Our products are here to help our community members feel better and take care of themselves with natural plant medicine.
So, like people, they say CBD. Oh, are you smoking marijuana here? No.
Yeah.
But what is it?
Well, you'll notice our sort of campaign right now is "It's okay to CBD" because we really want to destigmatize this plant. And all of our products have less than 0.3% THC. They are not psychoactive. Our products are here to help people feel good and feel better, there's no psychoactive effect, so you won't be getting high. So we have tinctures that go under your tongue, and we have topical products, salves that you rub in anywhere on your body that you have pain, and you're gonna feel better within minutes. And one of the things that makes us different is we put really high dose of CBD in our products because a lot of people say, oh, I've tried CBD, it didn't work. And that's because the dosages are really low, but because our products aren't psychoactive, we've decided to put more CBD in it, and we see a lot better effect for people.
So it's an immediate, like if I rub that, I have all sorts of joint pains. I'm old. So just
Oh yeah, in fact, come by our booth. We've got samples for everyone. Try it out, rub it into your elbow, see how you feel in a few minutes.
Like I'm on 1 million drugs for my heart and everything. This is not going to interfere with
it's fine. Yep, you're good. It's just it smells good. It's a lemongrass scent. Doesn't smell like
good.
plants. It smells delicious. It's made from all organic ingredients, really high
Oh,
quality.
I really need it right here.
Yeah. It's okay to CBD.
I do. The smell is great. For that alone.
Lemongrass. We have a lemongrass scent and a menthol scent. The menthol scent gives you like that biofreeze feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, check it out. I'm feeling great.
Yeah, come check us
I feel I'm
out.
going to run a marathon. We'll be right back. I got to get to the starting line. Welcome back. You know, it was 20 years ago today. Jack Tolman taught the kids how to play. I know. Anyway, Jack Tolman is with us, Executive Director of Norwood Community Media, and it's time to celebrate.
Yeah, Jack, what we've decided is, we realized that 2004 is when we were formed, and it was in the spring, actually, in 2004, and so we're hitting that 20-year mark. So we're excited. We look back, we celebrated, we kind of rebranded with a little bit of a new logo for the year, and we have some special programming that we'd like to share.
All right, so what was the first thing you did?
That's a great question. Well, see, we have a server that we can look back, and we really think that the first thing might have been a spring town meeting.
Okay.
Because we started in March and then April, but probably a town meeting. But what I do know for a fact, and I looked it up because I'm sitting next to you, is that on September 9th, 2004, we did the very first episode of Norwood Digest on VHS.
Yeah.
So this is the first episode, and Jack, what is great is you were our first volunteer. I mean, you were the very first person who we mic'd up and did some original programming with. And before this interview, I looked it up. There's over 250 searches under Digest in our server. Not all programmings, but anything. If you search under Norwood Digest, 250 programs come up, including many, many, many Norwood Digests.
Wow. Who knew? Well, you.
Yeah.
Well, so do you want to talk about highlights or do you want to talk about the program?
Well, what we want to do is just let the community know that, for 20 years, we've enjoyed bringing transparent government coverage to everybody. We've enjoyed our local programming, and enough so what we're going to do is on Sunday nights, starting this Sunday, is we're going to relive some of those memorable programs. And the first one we're going to rebroadcast is this episode of Norwood Digest. And
don't watch it; it's embarrassing.
It's Sunday nights, 8 and 9 o'clock. We're going to dig up, dust off some old programming, and relive some of the memories for the past 20 years. Your first guest on this episode, I looked, was Scott Murphy, who was president of Norwood Public Access at the time. And following that episode is one of the very early programs, Lights, Camera, Summer, which features. It's a middle school program that continues to this day. It was started by Megan. It was one of her ideas that we wanted to keep it going. And in 2005, the episode that we're going to play, I think this is neat, is in middle school we have Alex Slater in the class. And Alex in middle school came up, took TV at Norwood High, went off to the Newhouse School at Syracuse, and currently is the senior manager of finance for Paramount Television and CBS Studios. So we hope that by taking that class might have just lit a little bit of a fuse for that career, and there's other graduates in that same program. Chris Little was in the class, and he now is an aide at the Old Tam, and he is now going to direct the fall production of Sound of Music. Right. So it's people in front of the camera, behind the camera, that we feel that we've opened the doors for.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we have, people like you to thank for that, to be in front of the camera. And, we have all the staff that are all graduates of Norwood High and the program here. So it's just
some that have come and gone were all graduates as well.
Yeah, and gone on. And we have a wall of fame out back. But yeah, so I mean, that's what we're doing. We're celebrating 20 years of doing all things Norwood.
Any special things coming up?
What we're going to do is in the fall, we're going to produce what we call a super show, and we did it a few years back on the Common. We want to tie it into the farmers market in maybe late September, maybe early October, where we broadcast live from the farmers market with you as Norwood Digest, Mark Hoover, who does a lot of broadcasting with us, Jerry Slater, combine all our hosts of our programming and Norwood News as well with Kristen McDonald, and get everybody and just kind of celebrate Norwood Community Media.
It's awesome. And the quality of the programming on here, and the quality of the technicians, I call all you people technicians in my mind,
Right.
is second to none. I mean, I've been around enough communities and
Right.
to know nobody does it like you guys do.
Thank you. And we really do try hard and really try to use our inventory of equipment and maximize what we have. And it's great that we get feedback from our sports coverage from parents and grandparents from the opposing team thanking us for our coverage. So, I mean, that is such a reward to get those kind of feedback. And we do. We want to, we try hard. We feel that the money we receive from the town should get right back into the community and give them the best quality product we can.
And just since we're sitting in the studio, let's just talk about that partnership that Dick Keefe, God rest his soul, was really the linchpin for getting that done.
Yeah, the idea was right when Norwood Public Access was growing, we were running out of room. We were all crammed into my old office in the old high school, and Megan will remember this. It was a tight fit. So right when we needed to figure something out, here comes the idea for a new school. So, Dick in his wisdom said, look, we only want one studio in town. Let's get it into the high school, funded by Norwood Public Access, now Norwood Community Media, and it gives the students here access to this equipment. So, yeah, it was Dick Keefe's vision, and we're in the Dick Keefe studio thanks to him.
And many communities have followed your lead on that.
Yep, we have, a lot of communities have come by here to see how does it work? How do you get a studio in a high school and make it work? And to me, I've said this before, is when everyone's working on the same page, from the superintendent to the town manager to the school committee selectmen, all the way down, when everyone's on the same page, it can work.
Yeah, and you've developed quite a partnership with the TV teacher.
Yep, and again, we do things every day. They're lucky to have this equipment. They know it, so the students have access. We have Laura Mullen does a 5th grade program at the Oldham Learning. We have field trips with those kids, and we're in the design of putting a basic but an operating studio in the new Coakley Middle School as well.
Yeah, it's really something, and it. I've actually substitute taught in that TV class, and they know, as you said, they know what a gem this studio is. And I'm sure you've talked to some alums who've come back and said, my college studio wasn't as good as this studio.
Yeah, and that happens, and like I said, we're lucky. We're lucky that it all works out. We're lucky that we have access to this kind of facility. We're lucky that Mystic Scenic did this set, right here in Norwood. And again, it's just, it is probably one of the best equipped high school studio for sure, I would say, but also a public access community media station itself in this square footage we're using every inch.
Wow. First of all, are you the only original employee?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yep.
You and me.
Right here. I was here before we had a name. And again, I look around. I mean, it's quite an accomplishment to see, how, again, we started with VHS tape.
Yeah.
And they're in there now recording a file that we're just going to drag and drop. So it's come a long way.
That's for sure.
And we can't do it without volunteers like you, Jack. We say it all the time.
Yeah. Well, you'll hear from my lawyer. But anyway, look, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
To the whole staff, to Megan, Kiki, Brian, Ronnie,
Right.
Sarah.
Yep.
Am I missing anybody?
Did you say Kiki?
Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations
Right.
to all of them. They
Right.
their work gets unnoticed sometimes, but they work their butts off.
One thing, I'm glad you said that, Jack. One thing that, and sometimes happens just because I'm the old guy, is a lot of times when they produce something, sometimes it'll say, oh, thank you to Jack Tolman for this, and it's not me. So again, it's the staff here that creates, quite a bit of the original programming here, and it's, their credit, and I thank them.
Yeah. Well, Congrats to everybody involved in NCM and the board members as well. So, who are the current board members?
We have Jerry Slater, who's the president. Scott Murphy, who was your first interview, is stepped down from president, but is still on the board. And we have Mark Hoover, and we have Brian Killian.
Very good. All right, anything else?
That's it.
Well, thanks for coming
Okay,
on.
thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And that wraps up another edition of Norwood Digest. We thank the wonderful crew here at NCM. We thank the great guests, but mostly we thank you at home for allowing us into your living rooms. Good day and keep safe.